Today, we are in one of the most underrated places in all of Florida.
This quaint little lakefront city is unknown to many, but has the most charming downtown, miles of trails, a scenic waterway, tons of history, and some seriously mouth-watering food.
And in this video, we'll show you all of that, plus a whole lot more as we explore the beautiful Mount Dora, Florida.
Now, one thing that makes Mount Dora unique is that part of it sits atop a plateau over 180 foot above sea level. And while you won't find any switchbacks or ski slopes here, that is pretty high for Florida standards, and it's why some people actually refer to Mount Dora as Florida's mountain town.
Now, we have a feeling we are going to be learning many more facts about Mount Dora very shortly, because the very first activity we have scheduled for this trip is a city tour on Segways, so we'll see you there. Our excursion began at the Mount Dora Center for the Arts, where after a quick tour inside, our guide Omid showed us how to safely operate a Segway. And while we were a bit wobbly at first, we were soon comfortable enough to hit the road. Heading onto the street. Here we go, hurry! All right! The tour started off exploring some historic residential neighborhoods, where we learned about many of the old but immaculately maintained houses and some of the folks who lived in them over the years. This looks like the miniature version of the McAllister house from Home Alone. The tour soon led us past the Van Gogh house, Mount Dora's most well-known home, which has been painted to resemble the famous artist Starry Night. We're stopped here at Sunset Park for a little break and to hear a little history from our guide. Here we found a massive Christmas tree, which we learned would be getting lit just a few nights later. After a short stop at Sunset Park, we made our way down to the lakefront, where on the eastern shore of Lake Dora, you'll find the historic Lakeside Inn. We learned that this hotel is the oldest continuously operating hotel in all of Florida, having been established way back in 1883. Here you'll find lakefront dining, a tavern, and what used to be the location of a trapdoor, which led to a speakeasy back in the roaring 20s. So up to this point, we've been on turtle mode. We stopped at this park, and now we can go faster.
And steer more aggressively.
Steer more aggressively.
Anticipate a little more response in your turning.
Okay.
And the governor that limits your speed will be off now, so you can go faster.
I know Skylar really wanted to get off of turtle mode, but I was okay on turtle mode.
We are off of turtle mode and onto sport mode, and I'm amazed by how well these things do in grass. They off-road a lot better than I would have thought. This is a lot more fun now. Are you happy to be off turtle mode, Jamie?
I am. I thought I was content on it, but now that I'm off of it, I like it.
We're free now.
We just zoomed by the lighthouse. It's only about 35 foot tall, and it actually is a working lighthouse. It's the only freshwater lighthouse in the state of Florida. And it helps people find their way home across the lake. We just made it into Palm Island Park, and it does feel very jungly here. Now we're getting into an area where we can go a little bit faster. Now, in case you were wondering, the price of this approximately 80-minute tour was $69 plus tax as of November 2025, and each tour can accommodate up to a maximum of 6 people. This is pretty unique to be able to ride a Segway on the boardwalk.
So apparently there's 3 gators that live in this area that they're used to seeing, and we've got confirmation that one of them is up ahead here, so we're gonna go find him right now.
We just heard from some more locals that there's a big gator up here. I think we're getting close. Oh wow, yeah. What do you guys call this gator?
Quasimodo,
Quasimodo.
the hunchback.
He's a hunchback gator. The city is set up very unique in that the downtown area is very close to all these nature parks. Our guide was saying that even on days when there are festivals in town and there's a ton of people here, you can come out to this park and it's still quite peaceful. So we just returned our Segways from our ART Ventures Tour, and we do have to thank them for having us out today because it was the perfect way to get our bearings here in this city. Our tour guide Omid was awesome. He took us all around the downtown and lakefront area, and he had so much information to share as far as the history of the city as well as the community. Now, if you're at all interested in booking that tour for your next Mount Dora trip, we'll be sure sure to leave their contact information in the video description.
So far, we are loving the vibes of this place. It has such a quaint, small town feel. There's mossy oaks and beautiful flowering trees everywhere, and the people are super nice. It's actually kind of reminding us a little bit of Safety Harbor and Dunedin, which are two of our favorite spots in the Tampa Bay area, but it is much hillier here. Now, we were originally going to have our lunch at the Lakeside Inn because they do have those great lake views, but we just realized that we don't have that long until our next tour, so we decided to just have lunch across the street from where our Segway tour started and ended because it looked really cool. It's all outdoors. I think it actually used to be an old gas station, and our guide Omid said they have a famous burger. It's called the Mount Dora burger. It has some sort of a jam on it, as well as bacon, onions, and fried goat cheese. We also got an Asian fried shrimp bowl, and they both look great.
The shrimp is nice and crispy, and the sauce on it is sweet and it's a little tangy. It's great. The waitress actually recommended it, and because we got it on a bowl, it also has rice, beans, and a variety of vegetables.
Now, I know not everyone loves goat cheese, but if you do, you are gonna love this burger. The goat cheese is super creamy. It's balanced really well by that jam, which adds a little bit of sweetness, and the quality of the meat seems to be really good as well. Also, the bacon adds a little bit of a smoky flavor. I understand why this burger is famous. It is delicious.
Now, I don't normally like goat cheese, but I'm gonna give this a try anyways. So I do agree with Skylar that goat cheese is very creamy and all those other toppings are amazing, but I would prefer to leave the goat cheese off.
Now, I just tried that shrimp and thought it was really good as well. Now, I should mention that I also got a side of onion rings with my burger, and while we absolutely would come back for the burger and for the shrimp, I'd probably order a different side next time.
Now that we've had our lunch, we're gonna stop by and check into where we're staying for the night, and then we're gonna get out on the water. Now, since we knew we were only staying here for one night and there is so much to do in this town, we ended up just booking a room in this inn downtown. We knew we would be staying in a small space and we'd have to pack light, but that wasn't a problem for us because not only did we bring our bento bag, which you may have seen with us on our other trips, but this time we also brought our origami tote by Nomad Lane, who happens to be the sponsor of this video. These bags are designed for travelers who value smart packing and a sleek design. And today I'm gonna show you why this origami tote is perfect for your everyday needs, whether it be for work, for fun, or a mixture of both. This bag is lightweight yet spacious. It has 9 different pockets, plus a separate compartment for a small laptop or tablet. 6 of those pockets are a little bit stretchy, and they're perfect for things like water bottles, snacks, small electronics, sunscreen, and vitamins. And after all of those are filled, there's still space for toiletries and even an extra change of clothes. The main area here also has a zipper pocket for whatever else you may need depending on where the day takes you. The front has another zipper pocket with a key leash, so you never have to dig around to find your keys. In the back is where you'll find the padded laptop compartment as well as a pouch for your phone. If you're someone who likes to have a spot for everything when you travel, or maybe you know someone who does, then go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the video description to purchase your own origami tote or bento bag today. Nomad Lane is running their Black Friday sale through December 2nd, so head on over to their website to save 20% off site-wide. We do have to thank them for sponsoring this video, but now we have to go change for our next activity.
Now, I know some of you are probably already wondering if there's alligators in these waters or if we're going to be seeing any on this tour, so we're just going to get that out of the way right now.
After very carefully boarding our catboat and listening to the instructions from our tour guide Nick, we were on our way. I'm a little more nervous to be out on the lake because of all the gators. Won't be doing any tricks on this one.
We'll see.
So right now we're just getting out on the lake, getting used to being on the catboat, and then our tour guide Nick will come and join us. Now today we've got one other catboat on the tour with us. We got a walkie-talkie here to communicate with our guide.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me on the radio. Folks, I don't know what that says about Mount Dora boaters, but they had to have a lighthouse out here.
Our first stop here was at the Lakeside Inn, which is that old hotel that we stopped at during our Segway tour. I think he said it's about a 4-mile
so the air temperature is perfect.
Apparently we're going full throttle.
Not sure how fast full speed is, but it feels like maybe 35.
Haven't lost any boats or people, so yay!
Our guide just spotted a bald eagle in one of those trees up there. Oh wow.
All right, off to my, well, actually kind of in front of me is the city of Tavares. Now, this is known as America's Seaplane City. I guess they call themselves that because they've never been to Alaska.
Next we're approaching the canal right over there. We have officially made it into the Dora Canal, and in this area there is no wake, so everybody's going pretty slow. Right now we're going under Highway 441, and on the other side is Lake Eustis. And since it's so calm over here today, we're doing a wide turnaround to go back through the Dora Canal. Wow, it's gorgeous.
Here's actually our halfway point. If you're interested in switching drivers, you can do it here.
Now it's safe to say that neither of us were too interested in switching drivers, so Skylar navigated us back into the canal while I tried to capture some more footage. We are heading back through the Dora Canal right now, and some people call this the most beautiful mile of waterway in the world. I think I can see why. It's very unique, it's very pretty.
Now the water is really brown, so I wouldn't say the water itself is pretty, but everything else absolutely is. There's all these vines that are super green. There's a bunch of flowers in the trees, and then all the Spanish moss above. It's really pretty.
Nick said that at times you can spot otters in this area, but it's rare and they're very quick.
Now we did see a few turtles and a lot of birds in the canal, but other than that, we really didn't see any wildlife. Now a big part of that is because the water is so murky here with all the tannins. There could be tons of fish and maybe even some alligators below us, and we'd never know it.
Now while we didn't see too much in the way of wildlife, we did spot a bunch of gnomes hanging out on the shore before arriving back at Lake Dora.
Everybody doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick says that on the way back we can just kind of have some fun. So, it should be a good ride.
All right, here we go.
It really is like glass out here.
Hold on. I may have soaked Jamie a little bit, so now we're trying to dry her off.
Skylar may have had a little too much fun coming in. He's soaked like half of my body, but I'm glad that I changed out of my dress.
Oh, I think we just died.
Ew, your catboat is telling you enough is enough.
I guess so.
You guys did a great job today. Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
actually about ready to fall asleep in that canal. It was so relaxing.
Oh my gosh, that sound with those gators going in the water. I missed it though. There were two of them that came. They were right over there.
Yeah, they made a lot of noise.
They did.
Holy cow.
I would say my favorite part of the experience was going through the canal because it was very beautiful. And I can already tell you Skylar's favorite was the drive back. Because he was able to open it up, go as fast as he wanted to, and zigzag around. And that's the only reason why we're wet. If you're just kind of going straight, you're not going to get wet like we did. So where Nick is going up right over there, that's where those gators were. And they came into the water here, so they could be around here anywhere. We'll keep an eye out. Ready?
Yep. Throw like a girl.
Now, I thought the views from our CatBoat tour were for sure going to be the best views of the lake we saw today, but shortly after sunset, we started walking around downtown and we caught a little glimpse of the sunset reflecting off the water. So we decided to walk down to the lakefront, and wow, was that an impressive sunset. I think what made it so impressive is just how still the lake is tonight. The colors just reflected off of it like glass, and it really amplified them. It was stunning.
After our catboat tour, we kind of rushed out of there because I wanted to go and change out of those wet clothes because I was starting to get a little bit cold. But we did want to take a little more time to talk about our experience. But before we could do that, a unique spot drew us in.
So it was the Christmas knickknacks that drew Jamie into Maggie's attic, but it was the beer that drew me in, and I don't think either of us were disappointed. They had a good selection of beers that I have never had before, so I had a hard time making a decision, but I ended up settling on this one. It is a dark chocolate Russian Imperial Stout from Brooklyn Brewing. It's a little bit bitter, just a little bit sweet. You can really taste the dark chocolate. It's 10% alcohol, but it definitely doesn't taste like it because it's super smooth. I would definitely recommend this. It is great. Now, we had been on a CatBoat tour once before, so we already knew that this was going to be a great time, but it still really surprised us. The last CatBoat tour we did in Isla Morada was pretty exhilarating. We were going top speed most of the time and just surrounded by that beautiful Blue Keys water. But this one was quite a bit different. We started off just kind of cruising along the shore of the lake, getting a feel for the catboat, and then we made it to the canal, which was so peaceful and relaxing. It actually kind of made me sleepy, but I did love it. It was beautiful. But once we came back and got out of the canal, our guide did encourage us to kind of open it up and have fun. We got up to top speed, got it sliding around a little bit, got Jamie a little bit wet, and absolutely had a blast. But I think what we loved most about this tour was the variety. It really does have something for everyone. If you just want to go out and have a calm, relaxing ride and learn about the local wildlife, then this is a great tour for you. But if you want a little bit of excitement, you can find that as well. Now, we do have to thank CatBoat Adventure Tours for hosting us on this awesome tour. If you want to book your own tour with them on your trip to Mount Dora, we'll be sure to leave their information in the video description.
We ended up at Pisces Rising for dinner because it's got this huge open air patio. It's right off the lake, and it happens to be one of the very few restaurants that stay open on Monday nights past 7 p.m. We do have a tip for you when you're planning your visit. We would recommend coming here between Wednesday and Sunday because we're finding that over half of the restaurants are closed here on Mondays, and some of them are closed on Tuesdays as well. But we are really excited to be here because there are some things on the menu that we cannot wait to try.
So for our dinner order, we started off with the focaccia bread, and we were really impressed with the portion size for just $4. I wasn't really planning on getting a beer, but then I saw they had some Southern Tier stouts on the menu. This one is the Maple Warlock. It's pretty good. It starts off with a really heavy maple flavor, and then it finishes pretty bitter. I thought it was good, but Jamie did try it, and she was not a fan.
Our entrees just arrived, and I ordered the seafood Cobb salad. It comes with shrimp, crab, and bacon. And Skylar ordered the brisket on a biscuit, and he upgraded his side to shrimp mac and cheese. But honestly, it was a joint decision because we both wanted to try both of these items. So after dinner, we hightailed it back here because it is 62 and breezy, and believe it or not, that is quite chilly for us Floridians. Now, overall, we did have a really good experience at Pisces Rising. The barbecue sauce and beer cheese mixed really well on Skylar's sandwich, but he did think that the flavor of the biscuit got a little bit lost, so he did end up deconstructing it, but he still would recommend it. Now, my Cobb salad was great. It had a good variety of protein, and that blue cheese dressing was delicious, but honestly, I think my favorite thing of the meal had to be that mac and cheese. It was really creamy, it wasn't too rich, and it had a flavor in there that's not typically found in mac and cheese. It was excellent. Now, because most of the business in this town are already closed, we're gonna call it a night and we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, guys. It's day 2 here in Mount Dora. Our first day managed to be pretty awesome despite half the town being shut down. I think it's safe to say we already love this city. It looks like we're gonna have another beautiful day, which is great news considering we do have some more outdoor adventures planned. But first, we have to fuel up for those with some coffee and breakfast. And I think we're actually gonna start with our breakfast spot downtown.
On our way downtown, we do pass by the Donnelly House, which was built in 1893. It is one of the first houses built here in Mount Dora, and it looks like you can do ghost tours of it. The bakery that we're headed to is on our radar because it makes everything from scratch in-house. So we're really excited to try some of their baked goods. I don't know what that sound is. It was really tempting to order cookies, cupcakes, or dessert bars this morning because everything looks delicious. But we ended up ordering 2 scones because all the reviews rave about the scones here. We got one that was savory called Taste of Italy and a sweet one that's orange cranberry. I'm most excited to try the sweet one. So the flavors of the orange and cranberry aren't too overpowering in that. There's a really good balance between the sweetness of the frosting and the tartness of the cranberry.
Now, unlike Jamie, I am definitely more excited for the savory scone. This one has 2 different types of cheeses, sun-dried tomatoes, and Italian herbs. Now, I do definitely understand why the staff said this was one of their most popular scones. It actually kind of has the flavor of pizza or garlic bread, but with the texture of a scone. Now, those scones at Allison A Bake Shop sure did not disappoint, and they do offer coffee there too, but there's a coffee shop just a few blocks from here that we've been told we cannot miss. And from our research, it looks like they make a bunch of syrups in-house, so it definitely sounds like our type of place.
We just got done with our coffees at Serendipity Brews. My brown butter toffee cashew latte was really creamy, but it was very sweet, more of a dessert coffee. Now, surprisingly, both of us actually preferred Skylar's smoked cappuccino. We weren't sure if we were gonna like it. It was smoked with cherry wood and had a rosemary syrup in there, but we both loved it. The smoky flavor was very subtle and the rosemary syrup put it over the top. Well, I was telling you guys about the coffee. Skylar was out here looking at the trees. What were you looking at?
Hawk. It kind of looks like the same one we saw out by the lake yesterday.
Oh, there's a hawk up there?
Yeah. Well, there was a hawk up there. It flew away. Now, we were expecting Serendipity Brews to have good coffee, but I don't think either of us were expecting them to have so many beers. They had a really good selection both in cans and bottles, and also some on draft. And they're ones you don't see too often in Florida too. So that's the type of place I could definitely see myself both starting and finishing my day here in Mount Dora. And I think it's my favorite establishment in this city so far.
Next, we're gonna check out our room and then we're gonna hop on our bikes. As we were packing up, we realized there's a cute back patio here. There's even a couple of nice water features and a teeny tiny gazebo. Oh, it's so cute. We ended up riding around downtown for a bit and stopped at the parks right on the lake. We walked out to get a closer view of the historic lighthouse and noticed that the water was even calmer than it was the day prior. We even had some close encounters with the local wildlife. There's something moving out in this lake. I can't tell what it is, but it might be a gator.
I don't know why this bird's swimming so close to this gator.
Something that has impressed us about the downtown here is how many family-owned mom and pop shops there are. And it's very common for them to be hybrid, like that coffee shop this morning that's also a bar. Now, we haven't done any shopping on this trip, but there is such a variety here that you could spend an entire day just browsing around the unique shops.
One other cool thing I noticed about this downtown area is that there is an abundance of free parking. Now, we're here on a Tuesday and most of the spots along the road are filled up, but there's also several public parking lots that do offer free parking, and most of the spots in those do seem to be open still. Another thing I noticed is that this town has a lot of Christmas spirit, which you don't always find a whole lot of here in Florida. We're visiting in mid-November and most of the businesses already have their Christmas decorations up, and many of them go all out. So if you're like Jamie and love all things Christmas, this would be a great place to visit during the holidays.
Now, before we leave this area, we do have to comment on the community here because this has to be one of the friendliest cities we have ever visited. Everybody says hello here, and if you have the time to talk to people, you can make a lot of friends. It actually kind of reminds us of the small towns in the Midwest. Now, next we have a lunch spot that we have been looking forward to trying because apparently it is known worldwide, and it's only a few blocks away.
Our lunch spot is Tony's Chowder House, which is famous for its clam chowder because it actually won the World Championships 3 years in a row. And they probably would have won it many more if they hadn't retired it. They actually get their clams from Cedar Key in Florida. Now, I already knew I was going to get the chowder, but they actually brought us out a sample to try, which just made me want it even more. And I ended up ordering a super big bowl of it. This is actually called the Super Bowl, and it's enormous. And Jamie ended up also ordering the crab cakes appetizer.
We just got done eating at Tony's Chowder House and it was every bit as good as we expected. That crab cake was full of crab, had a little bit of crunch to it because of the chopped vegetables in it, and the sauce that came with it was creamy and had a little kick to it. And that chowder was fantastic. I am not normally a huge fan of clam chowder, but I would order it every time we come back here. That chowder was creamy, full of clams, as well as some seasonings that I'm not used to tasting in chowders, but I can't tell you what they are because the recipe is a secret. Now, they actually can their clam chowder. You can order it online or you can find it in Publix. Next, we have to find a place to park our bikes because we are heading away from downtown for a bit.
Now, as you can probably see, we are back in our vehicle because our next spot is taking us outside of Mount Dora to a farm. And I think Jimmy might be more excited about this than any of our other stops, and pretty soon you'll see why. Now, if you're excited about seeing future episodes on this channel, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications turned on so you don't miss them. And if you're enjoying this episode so far, please consider hitting the thumbs up button or the hype button or both, because every time you hit one of those buttons, it helps this video reach a wider audience and helps allow us to keep making more videos like this one.
We are here at Lil Bit of Life, which is a farm that offers classes and camps for kids, as well as some events. Skylar already found the goats. It does look like that goat's smiling at us. After parking, we made the short walk to meet one of our many tour guides for the afternoon. We have got Addie as our tour guide today. And you said he's a prairie dog?
Yeah.
Eddie was recently rescued and loves to interact with humans. This is Stitch. This is the guinea pig Sparkles. The horse is named Jojo, right? And Jojo has a hat on just like yours. Oh,
They're super friendly, huh?
yeah, they have some baby calves here. Blizzard is retired from Disney. Used to pull Cinderella's cart. Archie is a Highlander cow. Hi, Archie. Eventually, our second tour guide, Cece, and Addie convinced Archie to come over and say hi. They made sure to let us know we needed to keep an eye out for Archie's horns, as he doesn't always remember how big they are. This is Hupapa, and that means champ in Hawaiian. Hoping he's gonna win a ribbon at 4-H. Oh, what's his name?
This is Red.
Red. George, Sam, and Zeus.
And there's goats, obviously.
Oh yeah, you guys have a ton of goats. Hi. After our first visit to see the llama and alpacas, we had a couple more tour guides join us, Sophia and Ella.
So these two have eggs. This is the mom over here, and this is the dad, and the dad's saying, stay away from our eggs.
We should mention that our tour guides are part of Lil Bit of Life's farm school and 4-H programs. These young ladies shared so much information about the animals that live on this farm, and it was very evident that they are passionate about taking care of them. We learned that many animals on the farm have been rescued from situations that were not ideal, and the stories that they shared about providing them a home and nursing them back to health were inspiring.
Okay, great.
Can you pull it back up?
Thank you. That's Molly
That's Bluebell.
and Bluebell.
And then these are our lambs. You can make them.
Oh, they look so soft. So sometimes they'll climb up that tree, and Tabitha is one of those who will climb up that tree.
Once we were done visiting the goats and lambs, the llama and alpacas were giving us doe eyes. I think they might have known carrots were on the way. After that, we got to tour the rest of the farm. We met some horses, a turkey, a turtle, a goat, a donkey, and even a snowman and silky chickens.
You want to feed him?
So they like Doritos.
He likes cheese things.
Anything cheesy. We just got done with our farm tour, and this place exceeded our expectations. Not only was it bigger than we were expecting, there were way more animals, and we had the most fantastic tour guides. Not only does this place offer farm school, but they do 4-H programs as well as horse programs, and they have special events throughout the year, like their 12 Days of Christmas that's coming up, as well as monthly events like line dancing.
Now, if you just want to come out and tour the farm and interact with the animals like we did, you can do that, and we'd highly recommend it. Just give them a call and schedule an appointment with at least a few days notice. We will leave all their information in the video description, and we do actually also have to mention that this property is on hip camp, which means you can camp out here, and I believe it does come with a tour of the farm as well. We do have to thank the folks here at Lil Bit of Life for hosting us on their farm today. It was an unforgettable experience.
Our original plan was to head back downtown, pick up our bikes, and then come to this bike trail. But we were having so much fun at the farm, we ended up staying there a little bit longer than we were expecting, and we didn't have time to go all the way back downtown, but we still wanted to show you this bike trail anyways. Now, we were hoping we would be able to walk down it a little bit to show it to you, but unfortunately there are no pedestrians. I love the names of the trails out here.
So I guess it's a good thing we spent so much time at the farm, because when we got out here, we saw a bunch of signs that said helmets are required, and we wouldn't have had ours. So if we would have went back and grabbed our bikes and drove all the way up here and not been able to ride these trails, it would have been a bit of a disappointment. Next time we come back here, we're definitely bringing our bikes and our helmets, because these trails look like a lot of fun. There are several of them with varying degrees of difficulty, so there's something for everyone.
As we were walking out to the lake, the sun just went below the tree line, but we did have a gator in our sunset shot.
We have captured a lot of sunsets on this channel, but this is the first one with the gator in it. 2 nights here in Mount Dora, 2 pretty epic sunsets. Now, those of you who've been following our channel for a while probably know that one of my favorite things about visiting new cities is getting to check out new breweries, and Mount Dora has a really highly rated one. It's also known for having really highly rated food, so this is going to be our spot for both drinks and dinner tonight.
This place has a fun mocktail menu. I got a Benedict Berry Fizz. It has fresh orange and lemon juice as well as blueberry syrup in it. And for meals, I went with the buffalo chicken wrap, and Skylar went with the fiery clucka sandwich.
And of course, I was not going to come to a brewery and not order a beer. This is St. Olaf. It's a Norwegian dark ale. I've actually never had that style of beer before, so I don't know quite what to expect, but I am excited to try it. That is a little bit sweet. Not hoppy at all, but very malty. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a Doppelbock, which is one of my favorite styles of beer. This is great.
My cocktail is great. It's a little sweet and sour, and Skylar tried it and he agreed we should try to make these at home. So the breading on that chicken is delicious, and I really like the hot sauce because it's not too spicy, but I also have to mention these kettle chips because they're house made, they're lightly seasoned, and they are really good.
So that spicy chicken sandwich is very unique. There's no buffalo sauce on it. I think all the spice is in the cheese sauce. It still manages to be crunchy too. The bacon on it is thick and really good. I like the bun. I like everything about this. This is a great meal to end our trip on. Now we do have to thank the several subscribers that recommended we visit Mount Dora. You guys obviously know us well because we absolutely love this place. And if any of you guys out there have other suggestions of kind of off the beaten path, less popular spots to visit here in Florida, let us know in the comments and we very well may visit that place next. Until then, thanks for watching.